Looking for somewhere to copy trade that offers only the highest quality of certified traders vetted by a team committed to helping traders become successful? Diablo is that platform, offering rigorous risk management by setting maximum drawdowns for their platform's traders. As with real trading rooms, traders are followed by a person called risk managers during their incubation period. So there's no need to worry about what traders you follow on Diablo.io. So visit Diablo.io for more information on participating in their open beta.
This my two Satoshis, who need 2 cents when they can get double from stacking Toshis, yeah.
What's going on, people? Welcome to my two Satoshis with Default, coming to you once again with another market analysis video. And today, unless you've been in a coma or you just haven't been looking at, you're just not in trading or you're not looking at charts, you would know that if you've been holding any risk on assets, you're down, pretty penny. So today we're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to look at a few alts. We're going to look at the S&P. I'm just going to show you why I'm still expecting this critical support that we're at on BTC to break. Starting with Bitcoin, created this rectangle for just to show you more a better description of where the support is at. Currently we're actually below that support. You look at the daily, like you look at your indicators and everything, your RSI is oversold. But honestly, being under your support, this could, as you see back in January, you could get into the teens before you get any type of reversal. Even scrolling back more in history, when you have extreme periods of volatility and you're in oversold territory, you can see this level, hit these teens, even below the teens, even 9 or 8, before you see any type of reversal. What's more important is I don't see anything like any divergence or any accumulation with the price that will have me believe that we will see, higher prices. The last time I did a video, I believe we were just breaking out of the bear flag. I was setting my targets to around the 17.5 area. I want to show you right now why it was another reason why I was expecting to see that price using your fibs from the COVID low to the November high. You could see that we have retraced from the all-time high. Right now, breaking at 618. And the next fib is at 17,681. And that was another reason which I didn't point out of why I thought we would see 17, not just, the bear flag target, but it lines up with your Fibonacci. And on the daily at that area, there is kind of a, there's kind of a zone of support. It's not strong from anywhere from it's from 19, your all-time high to around 16.3. There's an area of support. So you probably could come and test, this area if right now we are below it. If you get any follow through to the downside, I think this would just be a cascading fall. There's been numerous new developments in the market with Luna, with multiple alts, losing a lot of value. It's just, there's really not much of a bullish case where I'm seeing we pivot and see, maybe even a relief rally. The only thing I was seeing that maybe, and it's, just maybe, a reason why we will reverse was actually on, like the 1 hour. It's just a small harmonic pattern. I'm really not putting much into it. I'm not really going to get into harmonics in this segment, but I will on my new channel. You could check me out on Money versus Feelings. It's just a channel where I will be updating more frequently about, price of crypto and stocks and, other assets that I trade. But besides that, there's just no advantage that we will see, higher prices. On a 4 hour, there is some bullish divergence developing on MACD and potentially on the RSI, but it's way too early to say that is the case. It's just now, starting to you're just now starting to get negative momentum. I mean, we can go all the way down to, 25K, and you could still be, developing that bullish divergence. This is way too early, and like I said, I don't see anything as of now to be confident that we'll see a rally in the price. You are getting some buy, there are some buy orders short term right now that are being filled, but will it be strong enough to hold the price and actually pivot? We'll see. You're really flirting with death right now, and you are with a lot of the cryptocurrency market. One of the only coins that I've been looking at, and I've kind of been updating on Twitter, is Tron. I was looking at this coin because it was really the only coin that was holding its value, and I noticed a pattern similar to what XRP is actually broke out bearishly of. Right now, Tron has been consolidating in this symmetric triangle for about over a year. It's really the only coin that I know of now that I think Tron is still in the top 100 that hasn't broken down and lost, tremendous value. You would have to break this like 5.5 cents area before you would see, that pattern break. And it's a significant, loss of value. If it does break this support, you could be seeing Tron all the way back down to, I believe it's like 1.5 cents, might be even lower than that. But these are like some of the, I've been looking at alts to take, short positions simply because just how bearish the market has been. And I've been taking advantage of these opportunities. This is still early. And, if Bitcoin does pivot somehow, you could be testing back up to 9.5 cents before you see any other, before it really rolls over. One of the coins I was also updating on was XRP, get it on the Poloniex exchange. It, as you see, has a similar structure of Tron, but the thing with this, asset, it is already broken out to the downside. And this target I have for XRP is all the way down to like around 15 cents. And yeah, it still has a lot more value to lose. This is then for most of these alts, I mentioned in the last video, I could go through a whole list of just alts that have been consolidating for over a year. They continuously made, lower highs over that period. And so let's look at Luna, which had, this has been epic as far as the outcome. Early in the week, I believe Luna was at $65. It got as low as on the Binance chart of 69 cents. I mean, this has been a very unexpected event. I mean, I was actually looking at Luna for maybe a short because I noticed that we did have the weekly bearish divergence. But it's just a coin I really just don't trade as much. But I mean, the ramifications of this, there's already been talk from Janet Yellen that they will use this as a template of why they need to regulate stable coins because Luna had the UST and that DPEG, which actually is recovering somewhat now. Is the reason why Luna and its platform has lost so much value. But the regulators and the government will try to use this as a template for a reason to regulate crypto. I mean, those developments and those outcomes will be discussed in the future. But it's just think this has been really a catalyst for this downturn. If you've been in this in Luna and you've been holding on or you've been buying a dip, quote unquote, I hope you didn't lose that much. I don't know if this ever recovers. It's just a wait and see thing. I can't, you can't even really do any analysis. And I saw people like doing, technical analysis on this chart, and it's like, it's supposed to stay pegged to the dollar. Once you lost that peg, I mean, it's just been amazing. But I'm looking at the S&P, been mentioning, and also added a support, give you more better view of what I was viewing as support, which was support. You actually broke through it today at that 39.50 area. And, I mentioned that a few times the last few videos. Again, we broke through that support. The next real support is really down between this purple box, 3,500 and we're all the way down to like 3,340. I believe it was your last all-time high before the COVID crash, and that doesn't hold. It's really gonna get really it's already looking extremely bad for stocks and all risk on assets. But if you start breaking this support, it's really gonna get ugly because the targets get it's going to take a while for this to play out regardless, but you start breaking below this prior all-time high is just, it's really going to get really disgusting with prices and targets. Just looking at that, I'm going to actually fib real quick from the COVID high, because the S&P has been actually outperforming the other indexes from the NASDAQ and the Dow. Right now, you haven't even hit a 3-2 retracement. The 50% retracement is around that support area. I think we're going to be seeing those prices, when we see in this area, probably within the next few weeks, honestly. Looking at the indicators, there's just nothing indicating that we will reverse. You have a lot more room to go on your RSI on the weekly. Even looking at your daily time frame, there's not much. RSI has a lot more room to go down. There's no divergence. There's no accumulation with the price action. You're breaking through support. There's just nothing here that would have me believe that it's like with Bitcoin, that we would pivot and run up. Maybe, small rallies, but I'm expecting a lot lower prices. And like I said, we'll probably see 3,500 in the next few weeks, if not sooner. I was looking at the dollar earlier, and it was actually starting to form some bearish divergence on a daily, on your MACD, but it still hasn't rolled over to negative momentum. You had potential RSI bearish divergence with the dollar, but today we had that inflation report, CPI report came out, and as soon as that report came out, everything started to roll over and the dollar started to pump again. Really, I'm expecting the dollar, like I said, the measured move of this breakout is around the 120 area. I believe I updated that target last week. The next real resistance, because you actually are breaking above this prior resistance of 2016. The next real resistance like 106. It's like a wick. It's not even like a strong resistance from back in 89. You break that, and then your next target is going to be your prior peak here. Back from 2001, 2002. People are not willing to take risks. They're running into the dollar and still gaining value. At the most, I'm expecting, maybe sideways action. Just going back to Bitcoin before I get out of here. Most I'm expecting is sideways action before we finally see that major flush. And really the next support is the 20K area. Just looking at the the daily, there's really just nothing here, and that's is more of a psychological area because that was the prior high. That's the next real support. I mean, there's a small support at like 24. I'm not expecting this to hold. Expecting more downturn. But before I just get out of here, I was kind of playing with people. Kind of playing around with the chart. I had it inverse. There's a lot of people that are still on Twitter. Well, maybe not today, but before today, there were a lot of people that were still bullish when Bitcoin was still above, 2,000. They expected it to bounce up, and then I just, inverse the chart. This is another, way out. Sometimes I look at assets. If you're always just a moon boy, it's bullish if you inverse it. And this would be, your double bottom. And a breakout would mean a 58% move to the upside, but in reality, it's a double top, and you're below all of your supports right now. You're trying to, maintain and fight back into that support zone, but it just doesn't look like it will be a good ending for the bulls at this point. But that's just my thoughts with what I see with going on in the crypto market, the S&P with the dollar, with a few altcoins, with like Luna and XRP and with Tron. I've been warning people ever since I've started making segments on Crypto Bloods channel. Ever since we broke that false symmetric triangle, and then we broke back into it, stating how bearish this is. Even the first video I posted on the channel, I mentioned that this could be a potential double top and catastrophic move if you ever hold in crypto. But those are just my thoughts. And till next time, peace. And as I stated before, you can check me out on my new channel on YouTube. It's called Money versus Feelings, and you will get more up-to-date content there. Till next time, peace.